This video is a brief guide for covering JMP Mini 2, calculating confidence intervals and hypothesis tests using JMP. You should be able to see the JMP home screen. I'm going to run through this process using the same file we did our original examples with, the big class families example. So let's load that up. All of the calculations get done in the same Analyze tab. So I'm going to perform a hypothesis test on individuals' heights. So let's go into Analyze and the distribution of all of these heights. I'll copy it over just like I did previously. And that constructs the distributions. Now, if you right-click on the height, you should see a collection of options. First, on confidence intervals, here's a collection of different confidence levels that we could choose. But to do this particular problem, I want to click on Other. So confidence intervals, enter the confidence interval level, a 95% at the start. And then notice right here, use known sigma. In our word problems so far, we've only done problems where sigma is known. So I'll click use known sigma, and it gives you an option to enter it. I'll make up a number here. Let's say 2.5 is the number I'm making up for the known population sigma. And look right down here, this creates the confidence interval. The mean 62.55 should be the same as, there it is in the summary statistics, excuse me. And then here's the lower level of the confidence interval and the upper level of the confidence interval. You can read those values right from there. Similarly, if I want to perform a hypothesis test for the mean, I can go to test mean, and you just have to enter a few things. Let's see, the hypothesized mean, I believe I had, well, I can pick one. What do we think the mean is? Let's say I think the mean is 67. And then the true standard deviation, in other words, the population standard deviation. I'll type in 2.5 like I just did. And notice right here, it gives us all of the important values, the hypothesized value, our null hypothesis, the actual estimate, the mean that comes out of the sample, and the standard deviation of the data, as well as the standard deviation given. Now here in this little block are the important results of the hypothesis test, the test statistic of -11, and then p-values. So notice, highlighted as the results of the p-value here are a couple of very low p-values, less than 0.0001. 0 is small enough to indicate very convincing significance. P-values are the probability of getting an even more extreme statistic given the true value being hypothesized. So these are some very small values. Here's a very large value. So what does this read? The fact that this is highlighted here says that this is enough to say that the probability that it's greater than the absolute value of z, this is the two-tailed test. So we reject the null hypothesis on the two-tailed test. This next one is a greater than, it's a right-tailed test. We cannot reject it at a right-tailed test. And then the less than is a left-tailed test. We can reject it on a left-tailed test. This covers all three different versions of hypothesis tests. This should be everything you need to cover JMP Mini number 2.